Bix 7 Week on Quad Cities Live is sponsored by Fleet Feet.
Removing barriers and providing kids with the opportunity to experience Bix festivities while creating lasting memories. That's exactly what a new partnership between the Bix and Quad City Bank and Trust is accomplishing. Here to explain are Jill Dubin and Jennifer Stewart from Quad City Bank and Trust. Thank you, ladies, for being here today and talking with me.
Thank you, Morgan.
Yes, I'm so excited. I was so excited to hear all about this partnership. It is beautiful. I mean, just wait until you hear everything that has conspired, you know, in the spring and summer months. It truly is beautiful, like gives you goosebumps, beautiful. So let's get into it. Jill, there will be a new crop of kids that will be participating in this year's Junior Bix, Arconic Junior Bix, because of this partnership. Just tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I think it really started with a cup of coffee with Jen, so I'll let her start with. There's a lot to it in a very short period of time, but it started over a cup of coffee.
Wow.
It really did. Michelle During reached out to me, and we just started a conversation about how could we best partner together to really uplift this great event. It's so exciting with the 50th anniversary of the Bix, and we started chatting about what would be the best way for Quad City Bank and Trust to really partner with the Bix and make an impact, and this is what came about, and it felt like the right fit and the right way to go about it.
Yeah. Tell us about the conception, you know, the idea, and, you know, how you got it to a point where it became this really amazing gift to all these kids.
Well, it did come together very quickly throughout the spring, and there's been really a small army helping us get everything put together.
Right after Jen had her coffee, she called me and was super excited.
Yeah.
We have this idea. And so we had a meeting with 4 of us to talk about it, and pretty much Michelle and her team had put together some ideas that really resonated with us. And so we sat there and talked about, could we actually get this all done by the Bix? And as I say, it takes a village, so there was a lot of people involved, but
The bank, yeah, that's the cliff notes of how it came together. We've also been working and focusing a lot of our efforts on uplifting Madison Elementary School, and so when we found a way to really incorporate the opportunity for kids at this school to participate in a race that literally goes right through their backyard, it was so exciting. It just really made everyone's day to start to kind of get the ideas together. And then we thought, well, wait a minute, we should talk about shoes for these children as well. So not only are all the kids of Madison Elementary, any siblings they have, ages 12 and under, and then they'll have a new pair of shoes for the 5th and 6th graders to run fast.
That is just so cool to me. And so for anybody that's been following along, essentially you partnered with the Bix, Quad City Bank and Trust, I should say, partnered with the Bix. They have sponsored, you know, registrations for these kids to participate in the Junior Bix, which is such a fun and special event in the community. Kids everywhere, popsicles, ice cream, you name it. It's so much fun. And then on top of that, for some of the older kiddos, you know, the 5th and 6th graders, they were able to get a brand new pair of shoes, and not just a pair of shoes that you just picked up a bunch of them from a store. You had Running Wild come and fit these kids with these shoes that are just they're gonna feel great.
Yeah, Running Wild was amazing. They did a great job. You know, in today's world, our kids don't go in and get fitted typically at a store a lot of times, and they fitted every single one of those kids. And they were awesome about it, and they also helped get the shoes at a more reasonable cost, so that was great. Yeah, and then the graduation, we got to be there, and they were all coming out. Yeah, it literally was tearjerker, heartwarming, super cool.
So the kids got, they graduated at St. Paul, correct?
St. Paul
right there, right in the neighborhood of Madison. And they were able to receive these brand new running shoes upon graduation. What was that like for both of you to see this? I mean, you already said it, you know, you got emotional about it. It is so great. I'm sure they were excited. Their families were probably excited for them.
Yeah, really everyone there was excited. It was a really unique year in that with some of the transitions with the Davenport School District, not only were the 6th graders moving on to middle school, but the 5th graders as well.
Okay.
So it was a unique time in that 2 classes were actually graduating, so we were able to provide shoes not only for the 6th graders, but the 5th graders as well as they transitioned transition. It really was. I don't know if there was a person there who just didn't have a smile on their face the entire time. It was just a special day.
That is really special. So we've been talking all about, the 50th annual BICS 7 is happening this summer. Quad City Bank and Trust also celebrating a really major milestone this year. I believe it was January. You marked 30 years.
Correct.
30 years in this community. I feel like when I read your mission statement on your website or whatever, 30 years ago, what you have been able to achieve as an organization in those 30 years, you remain steadfast as being a part of the community. And I think this is a really, this is a great example of being able to do that and give back. You spoke a little bit about, working with Madison Elementary and United Way. Tell us a little bit more about that, because beyond this really great thing that you've done for these kids that are going to be able to participate in something so fun, you also work to help in other ways throughout the year.
Absolutely. We really want to wrap our arms around Madison Elementary and just assist in any way we can. I know there's a lot of different partners, anywhere from, I know they're always need items for a food pantry that's available at the school, before and after care. I know that Jill has done a lot of work with community partners such as the Girl Scouts, bringing a troop in. I'll let you talk.
Pretty much any of our partners that work in the schools, we're trying to collaborate more with them to make more of an impact. And Madison is right now a focus for a lot of reasons, but it's been super exciting. They have a partners meeting each month, which is heartwarming just to be there and listen to all the things they're doing in the school and their goals. And they've been just so generous and supportive of what we wanted to accomplish with this, because it took a lot for them too to get all those kids during school time. But they have had us at Friends and Freezies.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. We got to be there at Friends and Freezies to talk about the
BICS and awesome. So it's been really fun being there and being part of that, and we're super excited just to really be focusing our efforts to make more of a difference in this community.
Well, you're doing great. The Arconic Junior BICS, as we mentioned, it is set for this Friday at 6 p.m., so the night before the big day. And to learn more about Quad City Bank and Trust, visit them on the web at qcbt.bank. Jill and Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on the show today and warming everyone's hearts with that story, because it was fabulous. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.